One of the things I wanted to talk to you about, I wanted to play this, but we decided we shouldn't play it. We don't want anybody to have any sort of a way to get it down. The episode of you when you were on The View, when you were running for president.
Donald Trump is a billionaire, a real estate mogul, and a television star. But does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to.
You got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
Please, let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
The View has officially hit rock bottom, and the fallout is messier than anyone could have predicted after years of fiery debates, shady remarks, and legal threats hanging over the show like an ominous storm cloud. It's finally pouring down in a way no one saw coming, though. Daytime talk show known for stirring up controversy is now drowning in an ocean of legal drama that's so wild even ABC is distancing itself from the chaos. We're talking about more than 30 major defamation lawsuits, yes, over 30, and no, these aren't just minor squabbles or easily brushed off settlements. These lawsuits are stacked higher than Whoopi Goldberg's illustrious career, and they're way more serious than Joy Behar's infamous side eye. Whoopi Goldberg now faces allegations that could tarnish her legacy beyond repair, while Joy Behar is neck-deep in legal turmoil with rumors swirling that even her own attorneys are feeling the heat. The storm is far from over, and it's clear The View has crossed a line it may never come back from. Interview.
Concerted, repeated pushing of hoaxes. You're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too far.
The drama surrounding The View has reached catastrophic levels, and insiders are saying it's all unraveling faster than anyone could have imagined. Sunny Hostin word is she's barely holding it together behind the scenes, running on fumes and sheer willpower. The chaos is so intense it's like watching a reality show reunion, not a daytime talk panel. But the real shocker, the heavy hitters calling out The View. We're talking Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Joe Rogan, and wait for it, Carrie Underwood. Yes, Carrie Underwood. These aren't your average Twitter trolls. These are A-list celebrities and political powerhouses all coming together with one mission: to bring The View to its knees. Apparently, they're fed up with being slandered and misrepresented by the host's constant on-air comments, backstage gossip, and off-the-cuff interviews. It's not just petty drama anymore, it's an all-out war, and the situation is about to get even messier. Here's the jaw-dropper. Multiple sources say ABC is seriously considering pulling the plug. Yep, suspension is officially on the table. Network execs are in full panic mode. Advertisers are dropping like flies, and ABC is scrambling to distance itself from what's turning into a full-blown PR disaster. Some sponsors reportedly pulled their support within hours of hearing about the latest lawsuit, and trust me, it sent shock waves across the entertainment world. One media analyst didn't mince words, saying, interview.
If you average out The View hosts, among the dumbest people on television. And so it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth.
So what exactly triggered this explosive wave of lawsuits? What was the tipping point that set off this legal bombshell and sent billion-dollar sponsors scrambling for the lifeboats? Buckle up, because The View is about to dive into its most chaotic and dangerous chapter yet. And trust me, you don't want to miss a second of this. The drama is too intense to ignore. But before we break it all down, go ahead, smash that like button and hit subscribe, because when stories this juicy drop, you'll want a front row seat to the madness. Ready? Let's unpack this mess. Let's rewind for a second. The women of The View have been stirring up trouble for years. Unfiltered hot takes. Oh, they've got plenty. Heated on-air brawls. Check. Throwing wild accusations like it's a game of dodgeball. Double check. They've flirted with the line between casual opinion and outright defamation more times than we can count, and somehow they've always come out unscathed. Why? Because they had a safety net, massive contracts, high-powered lawyers, and a network that turned a blind eye to their antics. But now that safety net's been shredded and they're in free fall, the fall is coming, and it's going to be messy. Interview.
X is an adorable name, and perhaps a grown woman who named herself Whoopi should refrain from mocking a 4-year-old for the name his parents gave him.
Yesterday, Elon Musk took his son X to a press conference. I did not name the child. And I don't want to hear any more mess about our names, okay?
Whoopi Goldberg, once hailed as a Hollywood icon, is now at the epicenter of an all-out PR disaster. It all kicked off when she went after Elon Musk, and boy, she didn't hold back on live TV. Whoopi took a direct shot at his child's name, questioned his mental stability, and even dared to call him unfit to lead a company with billions at stake, all while millions of viewers were watching. And Musk, he didn't just laugh it off, he hit back with a vengeance. Word on the street is Musk slapped Whoopi with a $900 million lawsuit, and trust me, he didn't come empty-handed. Sources say Musk brought emails, receipts, and even alleged secret media ties claiming that Whoopi had connections with certain groups conspiring to tarnish his image. Yeah, this wasn't some petty squabble, this was personal, and that was just the first lawsuit. Then came Carrie Underwood, the sweet, wholesome country singer, are not so innocent in this mess after Whoopi made some bold and totally unfounded accusations on air implying Carrie was involved in shady backdoor dealings in the music industry. It was like a bomb went off. Whoopi threw out these accusations like they were fact, but Carrie, she didn't flinch in public behind the scenes, though her legal team was on high alert and the paperwork started flying fast and furious. Now picture this, you've got Elon Musk, one of the wealthiest and most powerful men in the world, and Carrie Underwood, America's country sweetheart, both going after the same show in court, one after the other. That's not just bad luck, folks, that's a full-on takedown, and the dominoes didn't stop falling there. The moment these lawsuits hit, more people started stepping forward, executives started sweating, staff members began leaking info, and everyone scrambled to save themselves from the storm that was clearly building around Whoopi and her co-hosts. It wasn't just one offhand remark or a single shady comment anymore. It was years of unchecked talk, years of slinging shade without a filter. Now every episode, every clip, every hot take is being dissected by lawyers who smell blood in the water. Yeah, folks, buckle up, this ride is only getting wilder. Interview.
Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person, and what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked, and you went on stage with it, and it's nothing.
Just
there.
go for it. Yeah,
there's nothing there.
This isn't just the downfall of a daytime talk show, it's shaping up to be a media courtroom showdown that could completely change the landscape of talk TV forever. Carrie Underwood, oh, she didn't stay quiet for a second. She came out swinging with a multi-million-dollar defamation lawsuit that had Whoopi's legal team scrambling like their heads were cut off. According to Cars reps, Whoopi's on-air comments weren't just opinionated jabs, they were bold-faced lies that allegedly cost Car millions in lost endorsements, canceled brand deals, and nearly derailed her entire global tour. You don't mess with America's country queen. Her publicist fired back, and trust me, she meant every word. Carrie had stadiums to fill, albums topping the charts, and a pristine image she'd spent decades building. Then out of nowhere, Whoopi slanders her on national TV. It was personal. Her legal papers claimed that Whoopi's baseless accusations painted her as manipulative and unethical, wrecking both her fan trust and her professional reputation in the blink of an eye. And that was just lawsuit number 2. Then the stakes went through the roof. Enter the Trump family, and things got nuclear. Whoopi, fully in conspiracy mode, had gone after the Trumps relentlessly over the years. Accusations of shady finances, alleged criminal behavior, you name it, she threw it on air like she was in a courtroom, not a talk show. And here's the kicker, none of it had any real evidence to back it up. Zero zil. So what did the Trumps do? They unleashed their full legal firepower. Donald, Ivanka, even Eric, they all reportedly got involved, and their legal team filed a massive defamation suit against The View, accusing them of character assassination, defamation, and severe reputational harm. According to sources close to the family, they were fed up with being the show's favorite punching bag. They claimed that Whoopi and her co-hosts had crossed the line so many times that it stopped being just commentary and turned into a coordinated smear campaign. This isn't just a battle of words anymore, it's an all-out war. Interview.
It is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
yeah.
it is a rabies-infested henhouse.
Just when you thought it couldn't possibly get any messier, guess who showed up to stir the pot? Joe freaking Rogan. Yep, the king of podcasts and himself stepped into the chaos, and he didn't come empty-handed. You remember that bizarre segment Whoopi aired about Henhouse, the one with the alleged scandal about tainted bakery products and sketchy podcast sponsorships? Whoopi treated it like it was gospel truth. But here's the problem. Rogan says the entire segment was completely fabricated. He claims Whoopi made up the whole thing to make him look corrupt and reckless, and it gets worse. That segment aired right when Rogan was finalizing one of his biggest sponsorship deals ever, and allegedly that deal vanished into thin air overnight. So what did Rogan do? He did what Joe Rogan does best. He exposed her. He fired back on his own podcast, dropping receipts that left no doubt. And of course, he followed up with a defamation lawsuit that tore through the entertainment world like wildfire. His claim that Whoopi deliberately targeted his name and platform with false accusations, knowing full well the kind of damage it would cause. But wait, this isn't where the craziness stops. This wasn't just a string of isolated lawsuits trickling in. This was a full-on domino effect. Every public figure Whoopi dragged through the mud started watching how Musk, Underwood, Trump, and Rogan handled their legal battles, and one by one they followed suit. Legal teams started popping up left and right. Court documents were flying. Former producers started spilling the tea, and PR teams complete meltdowns behind the scenes at ABC. Total chaos. At first, they tried the usual PR playbook: quiet settlements, half-hearted apologies, and vague, "we take this seriously" statements. But the lawsuits weren't slowing down. They kept stacking up. By the time the total crossed 10, ABC execs realized they had a financial time bomb on their hands, and insiders are saying that just the legal costs alone were pushing past 7 figures, and that's before any settlements or rulings even happened. This storm isn't just brewing, it's already here, and it's only getting bigger. Interview.
As it turns out, I was filthy.
She was so filthy dirty, disgusting, half the place left. I said I'd never hire her again.
I was filthy. And stand on that fact. I have always been filthy. And you knew that when you hired me. I headlined, babe, at your casino, which I might have continued to play had you not run it into the ground.
Exactly.
But
It does that.
you know, listen, how dumb are you? You hired me 4 times. You can go to William Morris and get the things, because I know you all are going to be looking for it. So talk to William Morris. You hired me 4 times and you didn't know what you were getting?
Chaos at The View escalated so quickly that network insiders were reportedly holding emergency meetings. Daily lawyers were flown in from New York, and law crisis managers were hired overnight. Internal investigations into every single controversial episode were launched. The legal department overwhelmed the HR department even worse, and the sponsors, they saw the storm brewing and started fleeing in droves. Top-tier advertisers first pulled their money quietly, hoping to avoid a scene, but as the lawsuits got louder and more high-profile, the exits got bolder. By the time Joe Rogan's lawsuit hit the headline lines, at least 6 major sponsors had jumped ship entirely, leaving ABC scrambling to fill the gaps with bargain bin ads that were a far cry from the show's usual rates. Internally, morale was plummeting. Staff members were in the dark, unsure if they'd be the next to get asked. Some allegedly started leaking info to cover their tracks, while others just quit outright once crowned as daytime TV royalty was now whispered about in hushed tones like a sinking ship. And the worst part, the storm wasn't over. More lawsuits were rumored to be on the way. More names were being mentioned, and ABC was running out of both excuses and money to keep the ship afloat. This wasn't just a scandal, this was a collapse in real time. Once the lawsuits hit the public eye, the fallout was immediate and brutal. Sponsors started pulling out within hours of the headlines. Advertisers canceled multi-year deals. Overnight, brands that had been loyal to The View for years suddenly wanted nothing to do with the show, and the damage didn't stop there. The public turned on them in a flash. Social media exploded with fans calling for accountability, a full cancellation, and the total removal of the entire panel. The once loyal fan base gone, the trust shattered, with no sponsors, no safety net, and a mountain of lawsuits growing by the day. ABC had no choice. The network officially suspended The View indefinitely. Production was shut down, taping was halted, and the crew was sent home without warning. No final episode, no farewell message, just an eerie silence. One network insider put it best: "It's not just the lawsuits, it's the damage to our brand. The View used to be bold, now It's a liability, so now what happens next? Whoopi Goldberg is reportedly on the verge of being fired outright. Sources say her massive contract is under serious review, and Topic XS are already discussing who could replace her or whether. They even want to bring the show back. At all her legal troubles are making the higher-ups nervous, especially with more allegations possibly on the horizon. Joy Behar, she's not sitting back. Insiders say she's already lawyered up and in full panic mode, fearing the situation could bankrupt her. She's not just wrapped up in one lawsuit, her name's tied to several, each one carrying heavy financial risk. And then there's Sunny Hostin. She's been notably silent, no tweets, no public statements, but her silence, it's doing her no favors. Her name is also appearing in multiple lawsuits, and insiders say her quiet approach might be a strategic move to avoid further legal complications while her team handles things privately. The View went from daytime royalty to a full-scale meltdown, and now ABC is left scrambling, trying to figure out how to recover. The damage is done, the cameras are off, and for the first time in decades, the future of The View is completely up in the air. But just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. The executive producer of The View reportedly stepped down. No warning, no official statement, just gone. That's never a good sign. It's usually what happens right before the ship sinks. Meanwhile, ABC's legal team's in full crisis mode, working overtime to patch things up, assess the risk, and figure out just how much more damage is coming. But let's be real, at this point, the future of The View looks bleak, if not completely dead. There are even whispers that ABC might attempt to full rebrand, new faces, new format, something safer, less controversial, and legally airtight. But let's be honest, would anyone even watch it without the drama? Is there even a show left? The whole appeal of The View was that it pushed boundaries, but now that one sharp edge has cut through. The hosts' careers, left their reputations in tatters, and brought the show to its knees. The damage has already been done, so now we want to hear from you. Is this the end of The View as we know it should? Whoopi, Joy, and Sunny finally face legal consequences for the years of unchecked remarks, or is this suspension just a temporary pause before ABC pulls the plug for good? Is this accountability, or is it overkill? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We actually read them seriously. Your take could end up in the next video. Let's get this conversation going. And before you scroll away, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next drop, because trust me, this drama, it's far from over. We've got more stories, more tea, and more chaos coming your way real soon. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.